Welcome to Grant's Rock Warehouse, and I want to present the Bret Michaels interview from Thursday, March 9th of 2023. This was hosted by Downtown Julie Brown from MTV. You remember her back in the day. This is on the 80s cruise. Get ready, this is great. Bret was very entertaining, and in fact, I saw the show that night, and it was, I have to say, quite good. Anyway, so let's get to it right after this.
Gentlemen, look what the cat dragged in. Where is he? Bret Michaels?
I'm right here.
Where
Good
are
morning,
you?
everybody. Woo! Joe, I love you. You just fired me up. Good morning. How are you, sunshine? Are you in the room beside me partying? Because someone is awesome next door. I'm not making it up. I thought I could go. It was nothing. There was a party just kept rolling. Henceforth, the slightly red eyes today. How are you, sunshine?
Great show last night.
Great to see you.
And you too. This is awesome.
This is great to be here. Is everyone having as good a time as we were having on this cruise? This is amazing.
You know, I had fun last night because after seeing the show, I had some people following me, and I thought, ooh,
yeah.
I must be like somebody special, but they were just following me, trying to see if I was going to you somewhere privately.
And you
so I had this crew following me. I'm like, I don't know where Bret is. I really don't.
They were all about you. And then over to the room.
Well, today is all about you.
Thank you.
I mean, come on, small town boy,
Yep.
Butler,
Mechanicsburg,
obviously.
originally Butler, Pennsylvania. I know we got a lot of fans here from the, I'm only, there it is, the terrible towels already
There he
going,
is.
right? Just, you know, all's fair in love, war, rock and roll, and football. I'm just saying.
That's right.
But we got a lot of fans from all over the place. I met tons from Buffalo, from New England, from everywhere, but a lot of Pittsburgh Steelers fans here. No booing yet. It's early. No
booing.
No booing from the opposition yet.
That's right. So when you were born, you know, the pacifier had all the Steelers on it and stuff. I mean, you're just born into it. And being from London, we both got something in common, actually. Steelers, London. We both grew up with Big Ben.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Your Big Ben was awesome, and our Big Ben was awesome as Sydney. Took it up. Our Big Ben won a lot of Super Bowls for us. We love Big Ben. Hall of Famer.
Well, I told the audience, I don't know if you heard, you know, we know you. We love you.
Thank you.
We know how you arrived here. And your new song, Back in the Day.
Thank you very much.
Why don't you take us there?
All right.
Take us back by being forward.
All right, here we go. So first of all, before I start anything, I just want to thank everybody. I did this last night, this show, and every night. I want to thank you all for being so awesome, letting me do what I love to do. And my band, our crew, get out here and play music and party with everyone. We've all spent a lot of great years together. A lot of great years and a lot of thank you. And I think that, as I say this, what Back in the Day was all about was to take it from then and bring it all forward. So what I was doing in that video, first of all, what I wanted to do is respect the MTV that I grew up on when they were playing great videos. I loved it, and I love them now. But I love Julie, and I just want to say this. The amount of excitement when I got to watch those first videos on MTV was, I don't know about you, but my heart was pounding. I'm like, this is real. This is awesome. And so many great bands. I mean, we've got to see on the ship in Living Color, Lou Gramm, Devo. So many great and talented artists that brought so many different identities. So going to the song Back in the Day, when I shot the video for it, I wanted to shoot it with the green screen like we used in our early MTV days. Then what I did is I took that video and we took a lot of archive footage that was meant to show me then as a kid. So it shows me playing guitar with the old, I don't know if you remember this, if your parents ever had that really bright light bulb 8mm camera, you know what I mean, where they blinded you Christmas morning. So I got a lot of me playing guitar, a lot of me in my garage band, basement band, and then I would mix it with the stadium tour. So we'd have a picture of me as a kid, and then with the stadium tour and riding, I raced motocross as a kid, played football, so I took it then, and we took it now. And All that stuff's in there, and then we had the pop-up video captions, which were amazing. Just give you some real information so you could go, all right, there it is. And it makes you go back and watch the video again, which adds to the views. All right, so it's, feel free to watch it a couple hundred times, you know, it's good. But you all made that video pop.
Basically saying, I haven't changed.
Yes, no, that's it.
That's the message, right?
That's the
still
message.
The same dude.
Person.
Were you always a cool dude?
I don't know about cool, but I was always the guy that I say this.
You
my
weren't
friends,
a nerd or anything back in the day.
I'm not sure. That may be debatable, but yes, I was kind of a rock jock. Remember we used to do the big rock and jock?
That's right.
But I love sports, I love music, and the fact that I can combine that with all my friends, get to play sports, watch sports, hang out, and I combined that with music. That was a good day in my life. That's a good day to be able to put that all together. And I think when you see the show, I think when I come out here, people ask me this, they'll be like, you look fired up, right? And I am fired up. There's never a time, I will never phone it in. I promise you one thing, ever, we'll never be phoning it in, ever. That I promise. And I think what happens with a lot of artists, going back in the day and now, I think the gratitude in all of us that are sitting in this room, regardless of what music style you like or what artist, I can tell you this, that everyone sitting in this room, we have been on an incredible journey, the highs, the lows, and to be able to be here together this many awesome years later, partying with my friends and coming out. When I hit that stage, it's party on. I'm ready to go.
And you proved that last night. And we've still got another show to go, so very
tonight,
indeed.
That's 9 o'clock-ish. 9 o'clock-ish, all right? And the reason I say that is I try to do this with everything I do, and it comes from a spot of gratitude. So when you're coming in, even today when you were all come in here, I was like, Pete, you got to run down there and make sure they got great party music cranking. Make sure that when people are walking in, give them guitar picks, beads, bandanas. I am that, and the reason I say this is as much as I'm an artist on stage, I want to say this also, that I'm also a huge fan of music. So knowing what I love to see or feel or whatever when I go to a concert, I try to bring that same party and treat everyone, not just with respect, but good. I mix up the music so it's every style. And from rock, pop, country, you name it, everyone coming in last night. I was watching them, not stalking you, but I'd appear out of the, I'd look out, not in a weird way. I was watching, I just look out occasionally, and it was a good party going on. So thank you again. Last night was badass.
Yeah. And I think,
I promise you I'm not hungover, that bad drunk. The ship goes this way.
It is.
I'm rolling with it. Here we go. I saw you.
It was so funny. They had the chairs out, and they was
Every
like,
time
Bret's gonna stand. I'm like, what?
What?
I should have worn sneakers for sure.
I got to tell you a true story. Last night when I hit the stage, I was running up like this, and the ship moved, which I love, and I'm grateful because we're still moving. I said the ship moved, and I went, oh man, I'm going way over here. And then over there, I just made it part of the show. Part of the groove.
The show last night was rocking. I think, I love you anyway. And it's really difficult standing up on this stage with one of the most recognized rockers in the world. Out there in the real world, it's called flirting, but because I've got a mic, I call it an interview.
Exactly. We're going to call this an interview. This is a good time.
You are so giving. It's just like last night. Everyone that gets on stage with you as well. Your band was amazing last night.
Thank you. How about for real?
Yeah.
Let me say something.
Yeah, go.
I want to make sure you all understand, first of all, starting with the Bret Michaels Band, these guys are my friends. We have been together a long time. We write a lot of music together, and I would not have this opportunity. The famous words is I didn't get here alone, right? And I thank them and my crew. When I say my crew, our crew, they do an incredible job, and when they're out here, they treat everyone great, and that's what it's supposed to be, a great experience. And how about a huge round of applause for the Bret Michaels Band and crew?
Unbelievable.
And, I'm fired up. I want to sing now.
Do we have a guitar? Do we have a guitar
I'm ready.
backstage?
I'm ready.
I think we
promise you
should.
this. I promise you, it's not ADHD, my dad said. It was just extra energy. A little extra energy. So but true as it gets. Before I go any further, I need you to understand, and I say this in every biography, everything we did. I want to take a moment for a huge round of applause for Poison, for Cece and Bobby and Ricky. Yes, I love them. And we will never, I need you to know, there's never one moment ever that I ever am leaving Poison or the Bret Michaels band, because I'd have to fire myself for my own band. But I will never leave Poison. I love them, and we will be back in another year, and we're gonna be reunited and undivided.
Awesome!
Yep. The stadium, I say this, we've been through it's gonna be awesome. The stadium tour was badass. The guys played great. That was Def Leppard, Motley Crue, Joan Jett. Come on, classless act. I see it. I see the sugar. Wait. I see you to pour some sugar on me. Sure. I see your sugar.
I've been giving away tickets actually on the radio show on the 90s Online for people to come and see you on the Party Gras tour.
Yes, it's going to be. We have a huge Party Gras coming this summer. It's a bunch of great cities, a bunch of great amphitheaters. And when I say this about the Party Gras, I know we're ready to go. It is an absolute. Yep, we're going to be there every city. But we are bringing. This is what I did, and people have asked what the Party Gras is. It's a Party Gras, Mardi Gras, and what I wanted to do, I got to do the Orpheus Float in New Orleans a bunch. Yes, I know, we partied on it. It was a good time. Thank God they had a little place that I could sit down for a moment. I threw a lot of beads and other flowing alcohol. It was a good time. But the Party Gras, Mardi Gras, what it designed us for is I created it. I went to Live Nation. I went to all the promoters and explained, I want to call up friends of mine. I want to call them on the phone before the agents get involved, before managers get involved, which they have to make it work and make it right. But what I did is I called up my friends and I said, I want to bring a whole bunch of different styles of music. The most important thing is it's going to be all killer, no filler. All killer hits, no filler, and make it an absolute Party Gras party. And it's a celebration of the fans, the bands, and the music. That's what this is meant to be. We're in this together. I'm just saying, all of us, a lot of years. And so what I did is I called up, the first people I called up was Night Ranger. I love Jack. Oh yeah, bring it on, we love. So Night Ranger guys, I spoke to Jack. Here's what he said. I go, Jack, I want to explain the concept. He goes, I'm in. I got no further in that conversation. I go, are you sure now? I haven't told you what you got to do. But he was 100% in. Same thing, I called up Jefferson Starship, who I love. And so many hits. They said, we'll come out, open up the show, play nothing but hits. All of a sudden, Night Ranger's going to roll on and play hits. And then when I hit the stage, here's the thought. I go, I'll come out and do 3 or 4 songs, and then I'm going to say, you know what? I'd love to do one of my favorite songs ever written by Journey. Why don't I just bring the real singer out and I throw the microphone? Journey comes out, sings 3. I stay up there, I'm going to play guitar, right? Have a great time. Then Mark McGrath from Sugar Ray coming out. He's going to whip it up. And then Jefferson Starship and Night Ranger come up. And at the end of that night, it is a true, absolute, what a concert and a party should be. It's a bunch of friends, because I don't know about you, I like to go to a concert where I feel like the bands on stage, the artists like each other. You know what I mean? I don't like when it's a funky feeling and you can feel that. I live my life to have a great time, love the people I'm around. It was like that, honestly, the stadium tour. I just want to say this. Love Def Leppard, love Motley, love Joan, and Classless Act. Everyone got together. It was great. We watched each other's sets and shows, and that's the same thing that's going to happen on Party Gras. It's going to be a party for the good hits and music.
Are you all going to Party Gras?
Yeah. Party Gras.
Awesome. Get your tickets. No, I think this is already started as a big celebration because
the ship's moving.
Yeah, it is. I'm coming to you. I'm coming to you. I feel like we're doing the John Travolta.
I love this, so it's making I'm rocking and rolling whether we want to or not.
The grease move, you know, when they're like rocking and rolling like this.
I'll never do that again, I
Well,
promise.
this has been a celebration. Having you here is just awesome, and of course we're celebrating your big one, aren't we?
Yeah, this is the big birthday. This is a big one, so I said
I
this.
want to see how your priorities are going.
Yeah. So I just want to say this. First of all, in the month of March, my youngest sister, Nicole, had her birthday just a couple days ago. It was great. My father, God rest his soul, loved him. He was a veteran. And to my dad, we'll be celebrating 11. And then my birthday coming on the 15th officially, but I started it in March 1st, right on this boat. We're going to keep on rocking, all right? And last night, I want to tell you, we got done. We barely made it back there. We were already going. We may have been going a little bit before the show. Then it continued up, and then I swear to God, I thought it was you down here that was partying all night. I swear I thought I heard you going, but it was a good time. And I want to thank you all. This is a big birthday for me, the big 6-0. So it's good to be here and ready to rock.
I mean, can you believe it?
Yeah.
I mean, in this business that long,
it's a good
and
time.
Still doing it.
Yep, that's why.
Having fun doing it. I think that's the most important
Thank
thing.
you.
And looking good.
Thank you. You're very kind, but thank you. I said this.
No, you really are easy on the eye. You seriously are.
I'm staying right here, Julie. Right here with you.
And I keep coming towards you. Lucky
you
me.
look beautiful. You look beautiful. How about a hand right here, looking beautiful?
No, but we are talking about priorities and change, and of course we all grow up. We've all done things in the past that, thank goodness, there wasn't.
Past. I'm doing making less than reputable decisions right now.
I mean, I'm a grandma now, so things have definitely changed.
You look beautiful.
But it's just like doing things differently. How do you apply what's happening now in your life to what you did back then?
Right. So here's the thing, right? With myself being a diabetic since if you all ever see the stuff on my arm or whatever, I've been a type 1 diabetic since the age of 6. And I do the 5 injections a day. I cover the meals with 4 of them, and the 5th one is long-acting insulin, right? It keeps me, I said, grace of God, good medical attention, a lot of great family, friends, and fans have kept me rocking through some pretty up and down times in my life. And thank you. And it's, thank you. We love you. And that's true. So I just want to say to everybody, I said this was the way I looked at it. And a lot of people ask me this question. I do some of these inspirational conversations and seminars. And I just tell everybody, I said, look, there is no secret. I said, we're all going to go through a bunch of adversity. We got to keep this unbroken fighting spirit because we all go through it together, whatever that is. And I said, me being a diabetic, I decided at a young age, giving my parents full credit, that I was not going to be a victim. I would be victorious. And that's the way I look at it. And I apply that to, thank you. And I just apply that attitude to everything. So when you truly see me up here smiling, after some of the things I've been in, I'm not just talking about the partying things, I'm talking about that crazy ass brain hemorrhage, life-threatening brain hemorrhage, then the heart surgery, all that stuff. You know, I knew if I got a chance to get my 2 feet back out of that bed, I was going to kick as much ass as I could for as long as I can. That was it. You know, true story.
Yeah. Seeing the light can change you.
Yes, exactly.
Seeing the light can change you.
Yep.
I know that you've been running around the ship signing everybody's doors and...
Yes, I have.
Doesn't it look awesome, all those people that have done the effort to dress up?
Look at this right here. This is a party right here. This is a lot of good years and a lot of great people. What I did when we were coming in on Cabo, I saw a ton of people. We were getting ready to get on the boat, and I was meeting everybody, and I knew right then and there this was going to be great. And same thing, I got on the boat, and I think I've hit most of the floors, signing everybody's door. Everyone decorated. It looks amazing, right? The decorations just having, again, I don't know about you all, but just having fun while we're here, celebrating it and having a great time, and the fact that all of us here, again, we've had a great journey,
Yep.
and it's just getting started. Getting started.
Oh, we're sure glad you're here. Absolutely. And, you know, I think all of you must have watched the Bret Michaels docuseries, right? So we got to know a lot about him there, but did we know enough? So I'm going to throw it out to you. Do you mind if some guys from the audience, that they definitely have questions?
By the way, let me add this.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Coming this June, they're doing a 2-hour special. It's simply, this is with A&E on this one. It's the A&E Bret Michaels Unbroken. It's called The Origins Of. And it's, we still are filming this. They're like, Bret, we've been filming this for like 5 years, but I want to take them in the car, in my RV, drive them every place in Pennsylvania I grew up, show them the basements, the garages, the places that we lived, and the moments. I don't know about you all, but there's moments in my life that are crossroads. And that's part of, I took them to, I said, this was the moment in my life. I was sitting in the slush and the snow, and I'd written original music, and God bless the bars, gave us a chance, but only cover stuff. And I said, I need to do this, and that's that leap of faith that you have to take. And I remember putting my work boots, I had steel toe work boots, right? And I was a maintenance man at the Villa Leo Resort, right? And I literally stepped in the snow at 16 years old, just turning 17. I go, that's it. I said, I love it, and I'm grateful, and I love my friends here. But if I'm gonna starve to death as a musician, I'm going to where it's warm in California. I'm not making that up. It was a wise decision, because that went on for about 3 to 4 years of eatlessness.
Going to LA to be a rocker.
Yes.
That was the dream.
That was the dream.
That was the dream that came true.
Absolutely. And I'm a realist. And what I mean is, I'm a dreamer, but I'm an absolute realist. And when you grow up with great parents in a blue-collar town, the beauty is everyone in this room, whether you agree or disagree, everyone here's got some form of talent or dream that they want to do. The toughest part of that dream, I say this to everybody, is when you hit that first wall, or you got somebody that says you're never going to do that, or no. And if I could ever give one piece of advice, that's when my fighting spirit kicks in. Not mean, not angry, not bitter, but when I'm told no, I'm like, hell no. I'm like, I'm going to find a way to make this rock and kick this wall down.
Have you ever bumped into someone again that did say no to you, and you stand there and you go, ha ha, yes.
I've never done that once. Oh, trust me, I throw that up when I can, believe me. Remember me, my career was over on halfway through Cat Dragged In, but I've never held bitterness. I want you to know this, bitterness will kill you. What I do is I embrace it, I love it, I'm grateful, and I'm just glad I'm standing right here today with you and all my friends out here having a great time.
Well, to be honest with you, I think Cat Dragged In ended up to be the one that like kicked you forward, because it was dragging at the time, but then you did Talk Dirty to Me video, and that was it. And TV fell in love with you, the fans fell in love with you, and it's been all the way since.
And it was that's what we started last night with, Talk Dirty to Me, just
exactly.
kick it right from the get-go. And I want you to know this is no lie. I'm going to tell you a funny story, right? And then we're going to get tons of questions. So here we go. Everyone, you know, when I grew up, I was reading magazines, Hit Parader, Circus, all these great mags, right? And I would always see images of like Kiss, and they're like all celebrating on a jet. You know, everyone's partying, limos. My signing day with Poison, because we were an independent recording band, so we put up our own $6 grand, $6,000 to make Cat Dragged In, right? This is no lie. I'll never forget going down, and I'm like, this is our signing party. So I'm thinking this party's gonna be insane. Big, I'm not making this up. We went to a warehouse in El Segundo, California. I walked in and it was me, the band, maybe a deli tray, I'm not really sure, maybe, that's a big maybe. And I sat on the floor in then spandex / leather, I don't remember. I'm gonna say it was leather because it was really uncomfortable, right? And I'll never forget, I was shrink wrapping, helping to shrink wrap our album. So if you have a Cat Dragged In original, I'm sure I shrink wrapped that record and put the flat in there, and cassettes. I'm not making this up. This is what we did. My signing party was sitting on the floor with the band. We were professional. We had a whole assembly line. And do you remember when you went to the record stores? You had the flats of the record that came with the album. We put them all in there, 12 albums and 12 flats, boxed it. I learned how to gaff tape anything. If you break your leg on this ship, I can gaff tape that sucker together until you get to, I can fix you until you get to medical. I can't save you, but I can fix up your leg to get you, I'm not making that up. I'm not. So but this is no lie. That's why I tell people, when you're living that dream, right, when you're doing it, it is never, I say this, I got lucky the harder I worked. And there's all the people, you hear the stories of, you know, Clive Davis signing Whitney, hearing her sing while she was working. None of that happened to me. None of it. I was told we don't have the nucleus of a hit for every rose has its thorn. The word nucleus, they go, this song is awful, it's country, it's Americana, no one's gonna buy it. And I'm like,
yeah,
you know what I
boo-boo.
said? Suck on this after it hit number 1. I was like, fuck you. And I mean that in the ugliest way I can say it. I'm not kidding you. We were told this song is awful. We do not hear the nucleus of a hit, right? But we were our own independent band, and the one thing we believed in is betting on ourselves. So we held on to our publishing and stuff that I didn't know then, but I have a quick learning curve, was the magic, right? And so I'm telling you, it's, again, not trying to give an inspirational speech, but everyone here, just bet on yourself. There's my fear in life, right? I do not fear failure. I fear not attempting something. You know what I mean? That's the truth. I'm not making that up. I fear not trying. I don't, failure, you know, hits and misses are gonna happen. That we roll with in adversity. But it's, like I said, that first record, there's no words, and as you know, we weren't the most critically acclaimed band in the world. So let's just say this, to be standing here with you all these great years later, and all these great bands share the stage with, it's a good day.
So many fans love you. I'm gonna do a safety thing for the 80s cruise, because I don't want any of you going out there and falling on purpose.
No one's falling. This cruise is
so
great.
that he could duct tape you.
No. Let me explain.
Okay.
This cruise, no one's getting hurt. It's going to be great. Before they give me, they're going to hook and pull me off this day. I love this shit.
No, there's no hooking or pulling you off or anything. We're going to get to know you even more.
All right, go ahead.
One second. Question number 1. First of the day.
First, I'd like to say thank you, being prior military and working with a lot of law enforcement who are prior.
We love you. Thank you.
Thank
you very much.
My question was asked by a military person.
Yes.
Her and her husband had bought tickets to your concert,
right.
the stadium tour.
Yes.
Because it was postponed, not canceled.
Right, 2 years in a row.
Right.
Right.
Well, within that time frame, they got orders to PCS.
And got shipped overseas?
Well, they didn't get shipped overseas, but they went from Arizona to Washington.
Gotcha.
They would not refund their tickets.
So here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to, because I think I know where you're going. First of all, I had nothing to do with the non-refunding of that. Just let me go on record. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. Before you leave, this is a great question, and this is the stuff I love. These are real. This is real stuff that doesn't sometimes get to the bands. So what we can do to make this amazing is what we'll do is I will get before you leave, I will get their information. I will call them up, and they will be setting side stage for Party Brawl on the tour. They will set side stage, and we'll bring them up. We'll make them great, okay? Love you, brother, by the way. Is that good? So don't you go. We're going to have Gianna come out and get the information. She's drinking right now, but as soon as she's done, you know Gianna, we call her Stumbles for a reason, right? But
trust me, they all
But
work
she never
better.
broke her leg, so I never had to gaff tape anything. But yes, I love you. Me too. I carry my bag. I'm not making that up. I'm addicted to it. Yeah, I love the green. It's good.
Well, thank
We'll take
you.
care of your
Set
friends.
you
And how
up.
about a
Take care
hand?
of you. Thank you.
All politics aside, how about a huge round of applause for our men and our women that serve this country. Woo! Yeah, and your daughter's one, right?
Yes, my daughter is in the Air Force.
Yeah, absolutely.
Haley, Lieutenant of NORAD.
I love that. It's insane, brother. We talked about this
Watching
many times.
Ukraine right now.
I love it.
My question is, being from Pittsburgh, of course.
Of course. The Berg.
The Berg.
Watch out. We got a couple Stillers
We're going to
non-likers.
get that 7th one. You watch.
We're going to bring it.
When are you going to be in some more movies? Because you're a great actor.
Thank you. First of all, that is beyond kind. So let me say this: that my acting skills are limited, really limited. I'm not going to put De Niro out of work. I'm just saying. So I will say this: the reason I hope, again, thank you for saying that, but reality TV for me, when everything is moving and progressing, I got to do Nashville Star, right? And I got to do this with Leanne Rhymes. I had the best time ever. And then we segued into a lot of different things that we wrote and produced, like Rock of Love and Life as I Know It. And again, politics aside, getting a chance, I'm the one that called up and said, I want to do Celebrity Apprentice. We were in the middle of Rock of Love, and it was what a great experience, because I wanted to prove to people that you don't get lucky. You can get lucky once or twice, but you got to work hard at it to get it. But reality TV, the A&E documentary's coming out, and we talk a lot about this question of, when I went in there, say for example, Rock of Love, I said, look, I'm not going to make you, I'll make you laugh. My acting skills suck. I mean, if they had to reshoot something, I'm like, this is going to look like I'm acting, and it's horrible, right? But I said, if you throw me into reality, like right here, I said, I will go in there, I'm going to throw the same party I would throw backstage or at a place. And I said, my love life is a work in progress. So let's just take this and open this up and make it a crazy, fun dating show. And the girls were rock stars. How about a round of applause? The girls made it. The girls, honestly, they made it. And we did cool stuff. I got to play football. We would take them out there and do all this other stuff. And it was incredible. We got to ride dirt bikes. We got to do all kind of stuff. So it just made it fun. But thank you for asking. And the A&E special in June, and then we just finished a new show. One of them's called Trivia, which is driving trivia, and it's asks every question about music, life, funny, good, sex, rock, roll, some drugs, and it's good though. Only the good ones.
We've got another question from this side.
Someone from Mechanicsburg.
Well, I love you already. First of all, thank you. Is that the Wildcats?
Yep.
I love you.
Yep. What position did you play in high school?
I was starting quarterback, right? So number 11, I got to start as quarterback, and then also.
Of course, he was a quarterback.
Well, now wait. My dream. First of all, how are you doing, by the way? It's good to see you from Mechanicsburg.
Mechanicsburg.
I know.
17055.
17055.
Yeah.
So I played for the Mechanicsburg Wildcats, and I played football and baseball my whole life. But when I got to play for the Wildcats, I started quarterback, and then there was also an opening position, because back then there wasn't you didn't have a whole bunch of kids playing, so I'd switch over and play. I love Jack Lambert from the Steelers, right? And so I never got the height, right? I'd love to have Jack's height, but I went and played middle linebacker, and when we had the defense roll out, and what an incredible experience for me. It was great. And I always am in the Berg, and I took a bunch of pictures in front of the parking lot, not in a weird way, but there was no students. It was summertime. I drove in and got a picture in front of the Mechanicsburg Wildcats, a big sign they have out there with the band, so it was great. I love it. Nice to see you, by the way. And I'll see you tonight, all right? By the way, tonight, I know they have rules. What are the rules about? Wait, they took my football. Look at the size of that sucker. I love that. That is awesome. Thank you. I was going to say tonight, we're going to make this 9 o'clock the absolute best party ever. And I'm coming for you. But we're going to make this tonight. And I think I'm working with them. I know we have to let in the red first. But like we did last night, I said, if there's a spot, we're all coming in here. Let's get everyone in and make this a party.
For real.
Take care of the red first. It's the right thing, and then the blue, and then everybody. I saw a lot. By the way, the crew on this ship, everyone has treated us. They've been amazing. It's been a great time.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding.
Makes it easy.
I would do this again in a heartbeat, man. This is awesome.
Oh!
It's a heartbeat. We'll do it again and take it up. Yep. They already started drinking, hoping that doesn't happen. No, we can't.
No way. We want you back, for sure.
All right, we're going to do it.
We've got another question
go
for you,
ahead.
Bret.
Hello, buddy. How you doing? You are awesome. I'm a fellow Pennsylvanian.
Yeah. Bring it right there.
First and foremost, congratulations on the Pennsylvania Hall of Fame as well, my friend.
Thank you very much. That
That was a good day of my life.
We got tickets to see you in Charlotte for your party, girl, and you are fantastic, and I love your hat.
Thank you. We got, and I'm going to sign that book, by the way, my friend Richard and them wrote, they did a great job
Yes,
on
they
that.
did. And I just want, like, when you're chilling.
How you doing, buddy? Good to see you.
All right, when you're chilling and just taking time, what's your favorite music artist that you listen to now?
All right, so that's a great question. My favorite, for me, again, you know I love my rock. So it starts, everything, my day starts, like today started with AC/DC. And basically the whole song, Def Leppard, you know, I throw that on there. GNR, I gotta have my GNR. And, but I love all kind of music. I love funk, I love pop, I love great country music. I love a lot of the, Luke Combs and Luke Bryan and Kenny Chesney and, Jason Aldean and just great. But I said this, I want to make one statement, if I make one before I leave here, and I've said this since I've been a kid. Music has been therapeutic to me. It has been the soundtrack of my everyday life. I put it on to inspire me. If I'm working out, it keeps me going. If I'm bummed out, it makes me feel better. Or if you're bummed out, you can relate to it. Something that you hit and then you relate to. But I said this from the beginning, music is a universal language meant to unite all of us, not divide us. And that's why it is the greatest form of music and art there is, man. It's great. Thank you, buddy. You're off. I'm going to get that for you, I promise. Don't you go. We'll get that in a minute.
No, it was pretty awesome last night, just seeing, I think, Corey Glover from Living Colour and you together. I was just like, I would love to see that rock
Tonight.
go down.
Why not tonight? We're going to the Living Colours playing, right?
Really?
I say tonight, the artists that are here, why don't we just bring them up and make it a
Oh my
party
gosh,
brawl?
I want to see Corey Glover.
Did you see me? Did I not?
And
Wait.
yeah.
Did I not walk over to find you, say hello to you, and
Yes, you
find
did.
him? I'm like, I think he went to did he get a drink?
Yeah.
We don't know. He came back. But I was coming over to grab him and say, come out and do a song.
Oh my gosh.
Tonight, we're going to make that happen.
All right. Corey, if you're out there, make sure you're awake and ready.
Yep.
For sure.
Did Devo leave? Can we get them up here, Devo?
Devo actually had to get off
Damn
the
you,
boat.
Devo! Why did you leave us?
They had to make room for you.
I mean, damn you in a good way. I love it. All right.
Do we have another question over here? Yes, we do.
First of all, I'm coming in for the good stuff.
Okay.
No, not that good stuff. The other good stuff.
The first
How are you?
paycheck. Good stuff.
That's later.
Okay, I'm shaking. I'm Ziva from San Diego. I understand your daughter, I think, is a cheerleader there?
Let me explain. She is the ESPN, Rain Elizabeth, my oldest daughter, is the ESPN commentator for the San Diego Seals for the NLL.
Oh,
Yeah. She's kicking butt. Yeah.
and we appreciate you coming on board because we were
Thank
really
you.
looking forward to you in 2020, but we understand why you couldn't make it.
Understood. Thank you.
I'm shaking, sorry.
That's okay. Take your time.
Okay,
You can do it. You can do it. Just relax. Breathe.
You know what? We are friends. You got this. Here we go.
question I like to ask artists, especially you. Do you remember where you were and any story behind when you first heard your music on the radio? And what did you buy with your first music paycheck?
Here we go. So that's a great. This gets funny. Go ahead. All right. Are those questions? All right. So here's where I was. You ready for this? So here's where, I'm not making this up. We were in a almost completely windowless powder blue Chevette. If you talk about rock and roll, that was not the badass car of my dreams at that moment. Nothing against Chevettes, right? Nothing against. We were they had busted we lived in a dry cleaner. This is no lie. We lived behind a back half of a dry cleaner in downtown Los Angeles, and I love LA, and it was warm, but they broke every window. I go, guys, just roll the windows down. We have nothing. What are they gonna take? We don't even have cassettes in this car, right? I'm like, whatever, take it. This is no bullshit. So the first place we went down to KNAC. So there was a station in LA called KNAC, and they were just starting to play rock and metal. And we literally walked our first record in there and said, would you, right after I shrink wrapped it, right? I'm not making that up, it happened. I took it in there, and I'll never forget, at first they weren't mean, they were just like, we were because remember, it's an independent record, we have no big record label. I said, would you consider playing these 3 songs? Look what the Cat Dragged In, Cry Tough, and Talk Dirty to Me, right? This is no lie. So I go in there. They go, we'll think about it. I went back to the car thinking, and I was a little more persuasive than that. I'm like, this record's going to be big. They're like, and I figured they threw it on a pile with 12,000 other bands, But they played. I was in the car, and the first song I heard was "Look What the Cat Dragged In," and I was like, oh my God. He goes, this is a good song. I was like, okay, good. I started crying a little bit. Emotional sweat, if you're a guy. I had a little emotional sweat. And then my next thing, never cry. Didn't cry, sweating emotionally. And then the next one they played, Cry Tough. They didn't play Talk Dirty to Me, so they played those two. They got a lot of calls. We would all call back in, which made us, I'm not making this up. And me, I didn't have a cell, there was no such thing as this, And so again, I pulled along the road, right? And I'll never forget sitting along the 405. And I was listening to this. And then the next thing I knew, we went down to, I believe it was KQRS. It was, am I saying that correctly? Yeah. And we went down there and we took them the record, same thing. And they said Poison is like this raw, kind of punkish reggae ska. I didn't know what they meant, but I was saying this is a great compliment. And they played Talk Dirty to Me. I was like, all right. And then this is no lie. I still remember this vividly. My first royalty check. I want to tell you it was much bigger than this because it would be nice to brag it up. $48. And that was times 4. So all 4 of us got a $48 check. I'll never forget. Less taxes, so it's about $8 that time. I'm not making that up. That's a true story. I would love it. Here we go. I'm getting a selfie with you. Here we go. I love you. Thank you. Great question, by the way. Thank God my knees didn't give out while I was getting back up there. That would have been a bad scene. All right.
Well, I photobombed
I stretched
that,
my
as I've done
hammies.
with a lot of your photos on this cruise. You'll probably see me in the background most of them. Please, I know you've been waiting for a while.
How are you doing?
Hi, Bret. I'm doing really good. Really nice to meet you.
Thank
I
you.
have less of a question than just a request. I realize it's your birthday coming up, and you've been giving us your creativity and your music for so long. Would you allow us, your fans, to sing Happy Birthday to you?
Oh my God, I would love it. You conduct it. Come up here. Come on, you conducted it. Thank you for doing that. That's awesome. And listen, take center stage.
Okay, is everybody ready?
Count them in.
3, 2, 1. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bret. Woo! Happy birthday to you.
And many more. That made my day. Thank you very much. Woo! I got a little emotional sweat happening. As you see me, my throat got tight. I was trying to fake it. I couldn't. Thank you. That's a good. I love you, brother. I love you. Thank you. My voice is only cracking from singing last night. Just so you know. Thank you, my friend.
Emotional sweat.
Thank you guys for that. Made my day. Made my
Absolutely.
60th birthday awesome.
Bret,
How are you?
Mark from Boston.
Good to see you.
You are my favorite frontman live of all time.
I love you.
No
Thank you,
offense
brother.
to any other
No,
artist.
they're all great, but
they're all
appreciate
great. You're my personal
And since
favorite.
you're not here, you know what? We could say it.
That's right.
They could say it.
And screw
I love
Devo.
you.
No, I'm just kidding.
They had an accident before they came up. No, not on the ship. Go ahead.
Not on the
So,
ship.
You know I love Boston. 2 nights at Fenway.
I
Awesome.
know.
That was great.
But I actually want to thank you for another Boston show, Foxborough, Massachusetts, because you brought my good friend Shot of Poison up to do nothing but a good time.
Absolutely.
And
That
Frank
was-
and Bruce were thrilled, I got to tell you. So I thank you so much for bringing them up. That was an incredible show.
I
with
love
Shot
it.
of Poison.
A Shot of Poison. By the way, if you ever get to see a Shot of Poison,
Do it.
they're the real deal. Like
Absolutely.
they live through every genre. They're great. So if you get a chance to check them out, check out Shot of Poison. They're badass.
And I'll have the shirt on tonight. So I just a point you made that I like screamed when you said it, because you talked about bands getting along, which I watch the dynamic of bands all the time. So I would like to ask you, who's your favorite band that you've ever toured with? And if I can put you on the spot, if you want to answer this, who's your least favorite?
All right, so here we go.
It's
That's a
all
good
about
question.
positivity.
We're going to keep it. So let me start with the positive, right? Let me start with the great. So, and that's a great question, though, right? So here, oh yeah. Pete, did you put him up to this? How about it for Petey Evick, music director, guitarist, and I want to say something. Last night, I made his ass work. Here's why. He took that heavy Les Paul, and I made him put it over his head. And I go, keep going, Pete. And he looked at me while we were right here, over his head, wailing, greatest guitar player. He looked at me and go, Pete looks at me and goes, you suck. I hate you right now. I go, come on, keep going. Make it work.
It's a true story. Last night, I was looking this way, he's looking that way, and I literally go, it's so fucking heavy!
And then he goes, I go, keep wailing, and I said that, and he goes, you suck. And then he kept... All right, here's the answer. I feel, this is great, I feel like Kevin Hart, like a comedian, you know, when they got the one glass of water, you know, and all right, so, who I love, by the way, but here we go. This is no lie. What was the question again? Shit, I forgot. That brain hemorrhage did not affect me whatsoever, I swear to God.
The best band that you played with? That was
best band. And the worst. All right, so here's the best. I'm going to start with the best, right? And let me say this. The best, absolute best bands we've been on the road with, who's treated us great, let us do our thing, no ego. I'm going to start with one of the best ever. Def Leppard. So amazing. Many tours with Def Leppard, and every time at the end of it, we exchange gifts. I get them gifts. I find out what each member and their family, their crew, and great. Let me tell you, it is great. I had a great experience. There's all of them. You're going to hate my answer on the other part of this. But almost every single person that we've been on the road with has been an amazing experience. Each one is different, because sometimes, let me state this, people don't want to discuss this, but sometimes it's not the artist. What I want to be, you know what I'm about to say. My crew, I want to make sure that before you ever get to me, that our crew is treating you great. And here's what I mean. Sometimes the artist can be as nice as can be, is super nice. But before you get to them, someone that's having a bad day is an ass to you, then it's a representation of the band. So let me say this, going back to other people I love touring with, early in my career, Leonard Skinner. How about a huge round of applause? Love Leonard Skinner. Life-changing band for me in my music, in my life, as we remade Sweet Home Alabama, and I just want to say, Gary Ruskin, rest your soul, may you rest in peace. How about a huge round of applause? One of the greatest guys and guitar players ever. Yep. We went out with Kiss on many occasions. I love Kiss. Everyone has different versions. Let me tell you something. We had the best time ever. Gene Simmons treated I had my daughters with me. He was doing magic. I didn't know he could do magic tricks. The guy's incredible. I was like staring at he had all kind of stuff going on. I didn't know what it was, but it was really good. It was a pile of money, and he made mine disappear. I'm totally kidding. I go, Gene, didn't I have some form of a paycheck? Like $48 on my first check. It's missing. I made that up. That did not happen. He was great. And but there's, again, been out there with a lot of different people, and everybody from the beginning of our career, no matter what, this is going to be that you guys are going to hate me because I'm not going to give you the answer you want. Every single band we've been out with, every music festival, there's some that are a little friendlier than others. Right, a little nicer or a little more communicative, In other words, we've been out with Kenny Chesney, Eric Church. I did all these these great shows with country artists. We're all backstage, stagecoach playing football, having the best time of our life. Joan Jett was amazing. Love Joan. Love Joan. You know, Van Halen was great, but David Lee Roth was amazing. He was great. So my answer to anyone that was mean or sucked, if they did, I just fucking ignored it and had a great... I'm sorry, I know it's early, but it's... If someone was an ass, never a band member. By the way, I want to be clear. Never a band member, but sometimes you got some crew that may have been didn't get a proper meal, or maybe Gene took their paycheck. I don't know, but he didn't. But I'm saying it was. I've had a great experience, and if something went bad, I just tried to make it better. And if I knew those people weren't real friendly, I don't know about you, but I try to keep the good people in my life and get the hell rid of the bad people.
That's a great answer.
The answer Pete wanted.
No. He's okay.
He almost likes nobody.
She's encouraged me to come out here, by the way. But I want to tell all of you guys,
look at him.
20 years next to this dude, the truth of the matter is he wakes up every morning and makes sure that it's a good day. So, we may have been out with some of the worst bands in the world and we don't know it, because it's your energy that makes every day a great fucking day.
Thank you, Petey. Emotional sweat. I promise you.
That emotional sweat going all over the place.
It's not from the hangover, I promise you. I'm not hungover. I'm in good shape. I feel good. All right. Hey, love you. See you in Boston. All right. You're wicked awesome. I love you. I had to say it. I'll see you there. You're wicked awesome. Get out of here.
Get your can.
Get your can. All right, go ahead.
Have you got time for another question?
Go
Have
right
you got
ahead.
time?
Oh, hell yeah, I got time. I'm loving this.
That's if I can talk. My voice is gone.
It was you partying beside me, wasn't it? I have evidence right there.
My name is Carol. I'm from Jupiter, Florida.
We love Jupiter. I was just so you ready? I was just there to we did a private event for the National Pancreas Foundation because I'm diabetic and obviously I got no pancreas, so I'm doing it for those that can be fixed, right? And but we were literally just south of Jupiter down in Palm Beach to do a huge thing at Breakers. Yeah, it was great. We loved it. So go ahead.
Awesome. My question is, well, actually, last night your show was amazing.
Thank you.
And you are so energetic and you look amazing.
I love
60 years old, awesome. I've been there, did it, done it.
29, not a day. 29 and not a day.
Thank you. But your energy is so awesome. You remind me of, and you've probably been told this before, Kid Rock.
Thank you.
And I love Kid Rock, and I love you. And
by the way, I forgot to mention him. That was a great. We've done a bunch of shows together.
I was just going to ask you
amazing.
that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he also has a place in Jupiter.
Yep.
By the way.
Just saying.
I would love to see you guys together.
Yep, that would be, you want to know this? So Live Nation, when you're putting a tour together, this is a great question. The real thing is we know when you put a tour together, it's a lot of work. It isn't just, hey, call you up, show up here. You want to make sure the band, the crew, your show, the people you're out on the road with, that you're having an amazing time. So putting together Party Crawl or the stadium tour, that was like, I got to say this, for that crew and the people that put that tour together, that was moving a city. Like when we would move that, our stages, everyone wanted to do a great show. The crew, the agents, the Live Nation who put it on. And by the way, we took care of those tickets. It's already getting done for the 2 veterans that got shipped elsewhere. It's already done. But I had brought up this year for Party Crawl that possibly Kid Rock and myself, which would be huge. And he's just a badass performer and a good guy. We've had a lot of barbecue and good times and good concerts. But this year I get to do it with so many different forms of bands. There's one of the ones we're doing it with, besides Starship Night Ranger, Mark McGrath, and Steve Ajari from Journey. Then we switch and it's Billy Idol and me doing a song together. It's gonna be great. That's gonna be awesome.
Is this tour, whatever, is it going to be also in Florida?
Yeah.
West Palm Beach?
We'll be in West Palm. We start in Tampa at the Mid-South at the amphitheater.
Then you go to the amphitheater.
Yep, and then over to West Palm. Yeah, it's gonna be nice to see you. I'll see you tonight, all right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
All right. Get ready to lose the rest of that voice because we're gonna sing it right out of you. Hello, how are you today, sunshine?
Great
to see you.
I see all the girls go, I'm great.
It's that cologne and aftershave. I said the word aftershave, by the way. That should put me in the right vein of my 60 years of age right here. Go ahead.
I almost forgot what I was going to say. So if you weren't doing rock and roll, what would be your dream job?
So this is the greatest question ever. You ready? So you know there's a song that explains it perfectly by Luke Combs. And I'm so mad I didn't write it because I think this every day. He wrote a song, what would you be doing if you weren't doing this? I would be doing this. And I would just be doing it as a cover band, and I would find a way to live my dream out. No matter what it is, I love playing music, and I would be doing this, and I'm not making this up. I didn't have a second plan at the moment, you know what I mean? And I love doing this, it's therapeutic, but if there was another thing I had to do, being a VJ, a DJ, or a long-haul truck driver, I'm not making that up. I love to drive. I could drive. I've driven across this country, right? Everyone's looking at me like, you're out of your mind. I'm like, 14 hours in, I'm just getting started, and I know that you have to take shifts, but I could do long-haul truck driving.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Because I can still listen to music. It would be great. Thank you, by the way. I'll see you tonight.
Well, I tell you what, Bret, you have driven this hour out. Practically. Yeah, but don't forget he's got a show tonight.